Yeah, trauma is super fucked up. I don't know if yeah, I mean trauma's a crazy thing because I don't think that I have any like look, different things traumatize people differently, right? So like something minor to someone else could be like major to this person, right? So like I don't want to say that I never had any traumatic events. Like the only thing that I could think that's been very traumatizing for me is when, when I was 16, my first girlfriend, she got pregnant and then she miscarried. And then we waited a little bit, then we tried again. She got pregnant and then another miscarry. That kind of broke me apart. I remember just bursting in tears in the hospital once we found out again and I was like I don't like I remember like I walked like out of the hospital crying and then I don't remember what happened like anything after that. Like I guess I was just crying, but that really sucked and I'll never forget that. And then finally we had kids, two of them. And those were my best friends ever and literally my best friends. We would go outside, pick flowers, It was kind of like I was going through a lot mentally like cuz I was losing friends to trigger warning. I was losing friends like suicide and stuff. Um, and plus, the miscarry, and I was kind of just like in a dark place. And so I was not the best boyfriend, but I do remember I was always a great father. Everybody has mistakes though, but I was a great father. I just wasn't financially supportive, I guess, because I was there for them at the house. I was like a stay-at-home dad while the mom worked. Um, Obviously, if I could go back and fix that, I would. But I was just so happy being a part of my kid's life. But anyway, um, spent years being their dad just to like be broken up with one day, and it's so crazy to explain. Like, imagine going years like waking up, changing your kids' diapers, getting them dressed, going to appointments, playing outside with them, like teaching your little one to like how to like do things and be happy and have your highs and your lows. Like that's your whole life is just being a part of your kid's life. And then within like what seemed like the blink of an eye, like just boom, boom. Like you close your eyes, you open your eyes. I'm sleeping on an air mattress at my mom's house. Um and then had to get used to like not being with my kids. So fucking that was my traumatizing moment. That was my traumatizing moment. And I think that is a lot of the, again, I wasn't a good boyfriend. Like I was a shitty boyfriend just because I was going through so much and I couldn't like care for my girlfriend at the time like she deserved because she deserved way more than I was able to give her. So I don't blame her, for creating the distance between us because she needed that and I needed that. But it was traumatizing at the end of the day. It was my fault. I don't know who to blame. If it's anybody's fault, it's mine, right? Because I was young, naive, and I couldn't figure things out. Or maybe it's nobody's fault, right? But yeah, 100%. That's a traumatic event. Yeah, it definitely feels like it. I mean, everybody's trauma is different though. Like I was never like beat on or forced to like do drugs or anything like that. But anyway, um, yeah. So and then also a few years later, I got with my son's mom, and she was at the time like what I felt like when I met her. I was like, dude, this is the love of my life. Like obviously, I loved my daughter's mom. I was with her for 4, almost 5 years. But when I met my son's mom, it was like something different. I don't know if that makes any sense. Like it just felt like real, I guess. Like there was actual like, they say that you like kiss and there's fireworks. That was real. Like I didn't even like I actually experienced that. But she left cuz she was going through some personal things as well, and I was still going through my stuff. Like I wasn't healed. I was not aware that there was a way to fix, you know, what I was going through. So, bad timing. Love of my life met at the wrong time. Very unfortunate. Um but I wouldn't say that that was traumatizing. That was just a very unfortunate event that added to how I was already in a bad spot. And ever since then, it's been almost like 3, 4 years. Still make songs about her and the whole situation and stuff, just you know, to cope. But it makes me it makes it difficult to like talk to like women in public. I don't know what it is. Like I feel like intimidated, I guess, if that makes sense. I feel like insecure and intimidated around like a woman that I'm like, oh, she's like not just pretty, but like, oh, like she has a really cool personality. I like her style. Like there's a specific person that that I work with. Look, she has a boyfriend, so I'm like totally respectable of that and like I'm super happy for her. She lives like a super happy in a relationship. She has a great life. I admire her more than like have a crush. I admire that she has like, she has unique fashion. She loves like thrifting and stuff. Like she's just a super cool person. It's not even a crush. She's just a super cool person. But I feel intimidated by her sometimes. Obviously, we have like normal conversations and stuff. But sometimes I'll feel intimidated, and I'm like, is it because like my history with like being let down by people that I really cared about in times that I needed them? Like I needed these people more than anything, and then they like left in the moment that I like absolutely needed them the very most. And then I'm like, does it make it hard to like speak to women that I feel like are super unique and cool and like have like, style and swag about them? I don't know how to explain it, but I'm like, because obviously if she didn't have a boyfriend, I would love to like take her on a date or something, obviously. But I don't think about that because she has a boyfriend. That's not something I ever think of because I respect her relationship. But I do know that if she was single, that she, sounds, I'm not, swoop in there. That's fucking a stupid ass way to put it. But that's not what I mean. There's a more respectable way to say it. Like, I would definitely, like, hope that we had a connection, I guess, if that makes any sense. She's a super cool person, bro. But yeah, I always wonder if it's like because because of my history being let down in times I needed people, do I get intimidated by this woman because I know that if she was single and she did like me, that would be scary for me because I'm afraid to be let down again. Because you don't know how much I'm single, baby girl. All right, ban that guy. Ban him from the chat. That's a huge reason why I don't date, is because, and not even just, it's not even just like why I don't date, but because it's a huge reason why I don't even like go looking for a relationship. Like I'll joke about it like online and stuff. Like I'll flirt with like, specific people on Facebook, but shooters shoot. Yo, are we serious right now? Wait, let me move this. Shooters shoot, bro. Artie is getting there. Yo, Artie's not getting anywhere. You don't need that woman, you've got your man. Yo, what are we talking about right now? What the fuck is going on in the chat? What are we talking about? But anyway, I'll wrap this segment up and then we'll get back to the game. That's why I don't date or even look for it, or even like I ignore signs. Like if they are flirting with me, I'll ignore it because if I end up liking this person, I'm so afraid to like let them into my life because I don't know if I can handle another traumatic like event. I need to know that I'm able to, if I date someone and we break up, I can like manage it healthily instead of like being so fucking sad about it. Cause I make music, so I always like fucking rap about how I'm feeling, make songs about it, and like, being a music artist is weird because like my son's mom left 4 years ago. I make multiple songs about her every year. I'm not still in love with her, but it was a event in my life. I still do about my daughter's mom too, but there were just events in my life that give me inspiration and creativity to like speak about in different ways, right? Like that's art. So I don't want to be hung up on it. I don't want to be hurt again. I don't want, anything like that. But anyway, yo, right. I got to go though, but have a good stream and hope you're feeling better. Artie will give you a wee cuddle before you go to work to make you feel better. Yo, thank God Rabbit has work, bro. Thank the Lord that Rabbit has work because she keeps trying to pin me and Artie, bro. Yo, you need to be banned from the chat for life. Have a good work, Rabbit. Thank you for tuning in, bro. Thank you for tuning in. Anyway, that's the mental health segment today. If you ever feel like you're alone, if you ever feel like things are too overwhelming, I know it sounds cheesy, but you're stronger than you think. You have people around you that love you. Like Artie and Rabbit and all my supporters. I don't have a lot of supporters, but the few supporters that I do have, whenever I do have my depressive episodes, like the past few days, and I'm feeling really low and I'm like, I don't know what to do. I just literally, one of the things I think about is like, obviously like my nieces and nephews. I was like, I could never, do anything traumatic to them, like, disappear, I guess. Because that's something that just everybody, whenever you're depressed. And then I'll also think about, Artie and Rabbit and all my supporters. Like, we have such a good time together. Like, they're some of my best friends. Like, obviously, could never do that to them. And I hope to God they could never do that to me because I've experienced it too much from too many people. I just want to succeed in streaming and content creation. Not because I want to buy fucking super yachts. I don't care about that stuff. Like, I don't care about material stuff. I want to succeed in streaming and content creation for a few reasons. The main one is to show my friends and my family that are all like going through similar situations, or just anybody in general, that it is possible when you overcome and persevere. If I can make it and succeed and live a comfortable life and be able to like travel to see my friends and, get my friends nice gifts or buy a plot of land to like build a tiny home on and like do like, because my dream is to buy land and like, chop firewood, build fire, sit by the fire, live stream outside. Just, I have so many plans that I want to do like outside. So if I could succeed in what I'm doing and be able to afford those things, and streaming and content creation be my like job, and I live comfortably, I'll be able to show my friends and family and everyone else that it is possible if you just keep going, even when it feels overwhelming. That's why I want to succeed, is to prove a point and to inspire and to be able to do nice things with my friends and my family, because I'm not buying supercars. I'm not buying super mansions. I'm not, none of that shit. I'm going to make sure that my friends come up. I'm going to make sure my family comes up. I'm going to make sure that, I create a message that could help hopefully at least even one person. Because sometimes life will beat you down and you'll feel like one more kick and it's over. But the truth is, you just got to stand up and start swinging back, and you will win the fight. Anyway, 100% agree with Artie. At least you're doing something about it, and don't let it get to where it got me for a while. Yeah, it's sad to hear that. I mean, for Artie too, Rabbit and Artie, apparently. I mean, not apparently, but so, like, they both said that they had like super hard moments in their life, which I did too a few years ago before I met you guys. When I first started streaming, actually, like, let me show y'all something.